Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Foxborough, Massachusetts, where the End Zone Militia, they are ready to load those muskets and fire them time and time again here at Gillette Stadium. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the New England Patriots. On the visiting sideline, their head coach. His guys got the season started on a high note, a home victory in the opener. On the other side, it's Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel. His guys, on the other hand, weren't as fortunate in the opener, so they'll look for their first win here at home in week 2. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want. But this guy, he is hard to corral.
He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 10 carries, 58 yards.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked to him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage from every carry he receives this week.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
On third down, here's Love. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. On fourth down, Jeremy Crawshaw on to punt. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Patriots take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. Here's Penix. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And a defensive-minded coach loves to turn up the heat, turns it up there, it pays off.
And back in the good old days, those defensive-minded coaches just talked about intimidating teams, using force, right, beating them to the punch. In this case, they're talking about creating turnovers. That's all they preach, all game long, all practice long, every meeting. Get the football. That's what they want.
And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Daniels looking to throw. He's to the 15. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. First and goal from just inside the 5. Shotgun handoff now for Love. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1.
Just shy of the goal line. A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll try again. And this time he is in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Patriots nothing.
So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown.
Cameron Dicker to
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Patriots headed out as you get a look at Josh McDaniels, their offensive coordinator. These guys trail here in this first half, and now they'll focus on trying to get some points on this upcoming drive. A play fake. Now Penix. And incomplete on the deep ball. You look at this Steeler defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
Normally you want teams to gel late in the season, but this unit, they've been terrific right from the word go. Came in as the number 1 rated unit against the pass in the NFL after just 1 week.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Now Penix. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. Here's Daniels. A short one there, caught by Warren. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On 1st down, here's Love. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 10. And the Steeler 1st down.
And now Waller going to have a chance to run this. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Steelers.
They turn to Love on the handoff. And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
10-yard line. 1st and goal, Pittsburgh.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's to DK. He's got him. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Chimere DK, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Steelers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. So this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that'll make the score 14-0. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. New England's offense set to go. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that will bring up second down.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 27-yard line.
Coleman, the man in motion right. A give to Williams, running right. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 3rd and 5.
A loss of 1. It's now 3rd and 5.
To the air, Penix. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
A great return there of 22 yards. Now the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over.
At the 40-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. To the air goes Daniels. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Xavier Worthy, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it as we resume action. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
This is Love. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 22-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. On the carry, it's Love. He gets this down to the 3. Brought the power run out of the bag, but couldn't do a ton with it. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And they'll run again. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Steelers are able to add on to their first half lead. And oh, it's no good on the PAT. So they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is.
To kick off.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Ooh, the juke. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. New England trying to get a place on offense. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll throw with Penix. And a Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last.
Games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
It's a gain of 5. 3rd and 10.
And looking to throw, Penix. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's the first catch of the game for Cup, and he's got a first down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Looking to throw, Penix. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Back to throw now on first down. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he's got this all the way down to the 5-yard line. A big play there for New England. And even 40 yards.
First down.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Williams will try again. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
They'll try and throw. Here's Penix. And the pressure. Down, it's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They'll try the field goal now with Graham Gano. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through. And that will cut the lead down to 3 scores at 24. Well, that's something of a pick-me-up, for the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final done.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Rolling to his right. Finding Love out of the backfield. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Eluding the pressure right. Down the field, he's got Warren. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. Straight ahead running. Here's Love. Tackled by the quarterback, Derek Stingley. Here's a 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now Daniels. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Reed Blankenship on the coverage.
Throwing now is Daniels. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Incomplete. Ashton Davis there on the coverage.
And that is going to sail wide right. It's no good. And this will stay a 3-score game at 24. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And we're going to get a timeout.
First down.
With 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter.
On for the field goal. A 58-yard attempt.
And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State. Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Now the Patriots going to take over here to start quarter number 3. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 5.
At the 42-yard line.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And it's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. The 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Steelers' 49-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Now he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw here. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 30.
That's another Patriots first down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Now back to throw. This one swung out to Williams. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to go down. They sack it back right around 30. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. They'll try the field goal now with Graham Gano. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Looking to put a drive together. Running to start the drive is Love. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Two yards to go, 2nd down. Here's Love again. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. To throw is Daniels. They're looking deep here for Flowers. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. It'll be a net of 39. 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Patriots offense and running back Kyron Williams getting ready for their next possession. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Screen play set up for Williams. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he'll get this past the 20 as he gets about 4. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. So this punt sails out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
2nd and 8 at the 42-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
It's 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. That's complete to DK. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
But it's 4th down.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. They'll run for it with Pacheco. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or two. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Patriots take over. They're going to have terrific field position. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a first down. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
2nd and 6. At the Steelers' 28-yard line.
Now Penix. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 3rd down, Penix from the gun. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. They picked it in the end zone. They're glad he brought it out all the way across midfield into enemy territory.
And don't think for a second that some teammates didn't tell him to stay in the end zone, right? What he did there, to me, was the equivalent of baseball, running through the third base coach's signal to stop at third. And
it's only good if you're safe.
And he ended up, to me, this counts as safe. That's a great return.
They'll hand it off. It's Love. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
The 32-yard line. It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Steeler first down.
From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Daniels. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
First down, Steelers.
They'll run with Love. And he'll get 4 there down to about the 12-yard line.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Staying on the ground, it's Love. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. And the Steelers on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Daniels looking to throw. That's to Warren, his tight end. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Tyler Warren, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Steelers are on their way to a 2-0 start. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Patriots 6.
So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. He might take this all the way. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Patriots. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
Gano the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
They go play action. Daniels. He'll buy some time right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. To the air goes Daniels. Throw caught by Flowers. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker.
Cameron Dicker on for the field goal. A 57-yard attempt.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Pats at the line ready to go. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take it. Smith picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. Here is third and quite a ways. To the air, Penix. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up fourth down.
A 4-yard gain. It's fourth down.
They are going for it. Penix. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he's not able to get away. Well short of a first down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. That one looks like he'll throw here. Flushed out right. Out right. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
They'll throw with Penix. He's able to get it to Coleman. And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up.
And he's going to be taken down there. A sack back at the 32. T.J. Watt. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And looking to throw, Penix. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Coleman. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
It's now 3rd down and long.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that,